welcome to Google by the Beach Office Hours. This is Ed Considine, your host for the Digital Learning Series. I hope you're enjoying this very hot day and staying cool in the process. Just a little bit of an announcement. I hope you all were able to access the first webinar that we did on Tuesday. The webinar is a live recording, but it's also going to be embedded in our Google by the Beach course in BPS Learn. So if you missed the live webinar, which happens, and that's the beauty of having an online course, that you can access the webinar in the course itself, or go to the YouTube link that I shared with you via email and watch it there. There are assignments to do for week 1, so some people have already done them and submitted them into the BPS Learns course, and I'll take a walk through that. But today's session is really just to review what we did on Tuesday, to answer any questions. We do have a back channel going on, so I'm going to share with you sort of how to navigate a little bit right now around the course. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go right to our BPS Learns course first. So I'm sharing our course page in BPS Learns. And I hope you all can see that. So our course is composed of different modules, and our modules are based on our week-to-week topics of study. We did our introduction. We had our introductions forum. Thank you very much for joining us. If you did not participate in the forum, it would be a really good idea to look at these top links in the course. The Google by the Beach overview information. We'll be putting up some resources under that link. And the introduction forum is a discussion forum, which is a really great, handy tool for participating in an online discussion. So you can see that we have a lot of people participating. Thank you so much for everybody. It's a nice way to meet other people in the course, and it's a nice way to make connections and find out what other people are doing, not just personally for fun this summer, but also academically with their students during the school year. So this is how we build our professional networks, which is a big part of being an educator these days in the 21st century. So that's our discussion forum, and I'll just go back to our main course here, and I navigate to our course by going to the very top of the page, and there are what we call breadcrumbs. And I go back to my Google by the Beach 2016 course and scroll down. Now in week 1, if I click on that main title, that opens up the module and allows us to see more details of the course. So we have, again, we have the news forum and the top links at the top, but then we scroll down and we see our session. If you missed Tuesday's session, there's the video right there. It is about an hour long, and aside from a very couple of minor glitches, the video should give you a sense of what we did in the first session. Today's session is our live broadcast for office hours, and that gives us the ability to sort of review what we did. You can see the video there, and that's the link that you could be watching right now. And we also have a chat room going on. So I want to share with you this link here as a chat room. Whoops, looks like we can't see it. I'm going to try posting that again for you as we speak. So bear with me as I turn my editing on. And I go into our Google by the Beach broadcast. And I'm just going to do a little bit of a edit here. So excuse me while I edit this. I'm going to open up our chat window and just see if we can. There's our Google by the Beach chat session is in today's meet, an awesome tool for having a chat while you're doing something live. It's a great back channel for maybe doing a little bit of assessments along the way. So I want to be able to access that chat, and it looks like maybe I cannot, for some reason, access that chat today. I'm going to move it just a little bit over here, and I know what I can do. Edit that setting, and I think that I appreciate your patience here as I work through this. And there we go. I'm going to cut that and add a link. And there it is there, and I create a link. And now we should be able to access that today's meet chat window. So thank you for your patience there, and I'll continue to give you a sense of the course. And there's our link there. I just needed to make the link active. We have a today's meet session that you can see, I'm sure, and that's our chat room. I can show you our chat room right here. This is our window right here to the chat room, and thank you so much. I see people chiming in. I see Marsha's there. Thank you, Marsha. And I may not text the chat right here, but yes, please go ahead and ask questions. Yes, please type it in. Please ask questions. Notice you don't have to sign in to today's meet. This is where we can answer questions, and I'm happy to try to answer them as we're going through the webinar. So I will be paying attention to this as we go. I have this window open on in another area of my screen, so we can refer back to it as we go along. Back to our course, I just want to talk about what you're doing for the assignments in the course. So we're in our BPS Learns course again. I've shared some resources with you. And as I said earlier, learning is not about going to one person and getting all the knowledge you can from that person. I am really good at sharing resources, and I'm good at curating resources. And I think educators these days, good educators, are good curators. That means we know how to collect information, organize it, repurpose it, and re-deliver it to our constituents or our customers, or in this case, to our fellow teachers. And so I've culled or curated a few resources here that I want to share with you. Google Docs in plain English. My first introduction to many technology tools and ideas come from this producer of this video, Common Craft Video. It's a fun, easy way to learn, and to not just learn how to, but get the conceptual parts of why Google Docs is such a cool, easy to use set of tools. Here is another page with an introduction to Google Drive. This is a certified Google teacher that is giving an overview of Drive as it's used in his school and with his students. And another resource is on collaboration in the classroom. And this is something our team developed. It's part of a video that we've done. Actually, it's not one we developed, but it's a part of how it can look in the classroom when it's being used collaboratively. So we're going to take a moment and sort of look at the assignments that we have to do for the first week of Google by the Beach. The first thing to know is that we expect you to complete an exit ticket. And I'll open that exit ticket up if you like. The exit ticket is a basic Google form. Google Forms are one of the suites of tools. It's a surveying tool, and you can see there's just a few questions here for you to answer based on today's or Tuesday's workshop. We appreciate the feedback, and it comes in handy when we're planning. So please don't hesitate to fill out that set of questions, and we appreciate that feedback. Also, we have in addition to our exit ticket, we have examples from BPS teachers, and they're down here in red. Google Presence, Google Presentations, Digital Research Writing from a teacher at Boston Latin Academy. Another teacher, Kelly Mahoney, gives how she shares Google Forms in the classroom with her students. And also we have a document that we created on giving feedback to student writing using Google Drive. So we are very excited to have those resources available to you. They're listed on our BPS Technology website on the main Boston Public Schools site for our webpage. We also have some things for students that BPS teachers have created, and they are very easy to follow. So I'm going to just go back to my questions. I see, Marcia, it keeps freezing your computers. I'm not sure why that is. I hope that other people are able to see it, Marcia. You might want to try to just stay in the course page and participate in that way, if that helps you, Marcia, with your freezing. I hope that you've been able to jump out of it. Let me just talk about the challenges first, and thank you so much for people who have been doing the challenges. We have 6 different challenges for you, and you can choose to do one or you can choose to do all 6. It's good practice. I don't think they take a lot of time, and I think that you could do it more than once to get the feel for it. But when you have a challenge here, what you're doing is opening up that link, and it's a link to an assignment with a description there, and then what you see instead of what I see, actually you can see the add submission button. When you add a submission, you can submit an assignment in a number of ways. You can type in a description of what you did, but also I would like to see this in the form of a Google Doc. Some people have submitted some Word documents or PowerPoints, and although those are good products, the goal of this course is to see how we can use Google Apps in our course. So please, if you have a PowerPoint or you have a Microsoft Word doc, convert it to a Google Doc. And now today I'll show you how we can do our settings and convert all of our documents that we upload to Drive into Google Docs and others, so that we're not constantly going between different applications. So that's one of your challenges. So that's how you access the course assignments and submit them. You can attach a file here, and when you're done, you can save changes and submit. So that's how we do that assignment. And I'll go back to my assignment page over here. And there we go. We have 6 of the challenges here for you to explore. And they jump from very simple to the uploading a document to the more complicated organizing a collaborative student product. So that's the orientation. Again, just a little review about what we're doing in BPS Learns. And I'm going to pause for a second and take a look at our today's meet to see how we're doing. Great question, Marcia. In addition to the exit ticket, is there an assignment for the first week? I hope that I just explained that. It is the Drive Challenge at the very bottom of the session 1 window. So you can pick one of those challenges. I hope I answered your question there. Great. This is very nice to see the chats. Please don't hesitate to keep adding chats. Hi, Matt. And it was very nice to meet people yesterday at our Learn, Teach, Lead Digital Learning Summit, our first annual technology conference. We're so excited at how successful it was yesterday. We received great feedback on such a hot day in Boston. People seem to have a really cool attitude at the conference and endure the heat because they were learning things, they were connecting with their colleagues, they were getting excited about the coming school year and what new things they can do to meet the needs and the many challenges that the school year brings on. So thank you so much. Matt was there, Wilma was there. Thank you so much, everybody else. Angela was there. I appreciate your participation and your dedication to your own professional learning. So I'm going to just pause for a second and look at today's meet. This session doesn't have to last the entire hour. I expect that we'll only go for 30 minutes, but I do want to give you some tips. So you can see what I'm asking there. Would you like tips on Google Drive? Very nice. I see. I'm going to move into showing you how to, in your Google Drive settings, to upload documents and have them automatically be converted to a Google Doc. And this will make your life so much easier. Remember, in Google Drive, in the BPS Google Apps for Education account, we have unlimited drive space. That is amazing, folks. We know that we're always overcrowding our hard drive on our computers. We take things and we put them on external drives and we put things on USB drives. With our Google Apps account, we have unlimited space in our Google Drive and everything is always backed up. It is a good idea when you leave Boston Public Schools to back up your drive. You can do that by downloading things. So I'll show you a couple of those tricks today about navigating in BPS Google Apps for Education accounts. So I'm going to switch over to my Drive account, which I have in one of my windows, and there's back to our classroom. Let me go to our Google Drive. One second. I'm opening up my Google Drive in my account. I'm under the DLT account. And remember a few things. I'll just review what we did on Tuesday to help you get oriented again. Boston Public Schools, moving all the way across. I can search my drive for a number of things. I can specify what type of search I want to do. And please notice that there are photos and images and videos here. So you can store all sorts of multimedia files in your Google Drive. Remember, unlimited space. Over here on the right, we have our apps launcher. And this is where you can access all sorts of Google applications. Your Google search, your Google Plus, which is where we set up this Google Hangout on air. Google Plus we'll be touching on in a later session. Your mail, calendar. We love Google Calendar. We'll touch on that a little bit upon specific requests, but here is our Google Drive. We also have our specific apps in Google Drive, Docs, Sheets, Slides, etc. Scrolling down, we have our YouTube channel, Google Photos, which a lot of people haven't found out about yet. I love Google Maps. We use it all the time. History teachers are using Google Maps. And then we have our Google Classroom, which we will get into our next week a little bit on how to use Google Classroom for collecting and submitting assignments with your students. And I want to move over to here to our settings and our gear bar. That is your settings. That is the common icon in Google. Access all sorts of controls to customize the look and feel of your Google account. So we're going to go right to that gear bar and go to settings. And when I go to settings, here's the place that will automatically convert every document that you upload to Google Drive into a Google document. So if I have a PowerPoint presentation or a Microsoft Word document or an Excel spreadsheet, if I click on this and keep this in my settings, I'm going to say done here. Every time I upload a document, I will be able to convert it to a Google Doc. And let me show you how that works. I can go to New right here, and I want to go to File, Upload. Remember, I can also upload an entire folder of material and put them in my Google Drive, which if I had a lot of material on my hard drive that I know I want to be using this year and I want to share these documents, I would put things in a folder and then upload the entire folder. But for this demonstration, I'm going to do a single file. And honestly, folks, I don't have that many slides anymore, that many Microsoft documents, but you can see here that I have some older PowerPoint presentations. So here's some PowerPoint slide that I have here. I'm going to open it up and upload it to my document, and you can see over here in my left-hand corner that it is uploading here, and now it is going to be a slides presentation, a Google presentation, instead of a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. And that one happened to be a PDF file and not a PowerPoint presentation. But hopefully you get the gist of it. And that means that you are able to upload a document by going to the New document, File, Upload, find a document that has your a PowerPoint or an Excel file in it. I could search for an Excel file. I could do .doc and see if that is coming up there. I have a document here. I could take this document, my resume, and I could upload it here, and that's what we'll do. I'll use that one to upload it. You can see it's uploading the resume, and it's going to convert it into a Google Doc, and it looks like it's complete. When I open it up, it turns it into a resume doc. And so notice it's a document and not a Microsoft Word document. You can also download documents. For example, here is our Google by the Beach opening session that we did with a group of students last year. And if I wanted to convert this into a PowerPoint presentation, I can do that as well. So you can upload Microsoft Word documents and to change them into Google documents, but you can also download them. So when I go to File and I go to the left side all the way down to download as a Microsoft PowerPoint. So now if I needed to run this on a Microsoft PowerPoint or somebody who only worked with PowerPoint, I can do that. I can share that document with them and they will be able to use it as a PowerPoint. So Google has gotten very responsive to the needs of their teachers and their clientele. Let me pause for a second and check out our today's Meet chat. Hi, Wilma. I see you're having it. Wilma, I guess you're having the freezing issue again. Sometimes that can be an internet connection where you are. Sometimes when we're streaming this type of web-based video, it's an internet connection. I do recommend that we stay connected if possible through a hard line, but I hope that you're able to correct it. So the question that Wilma's having, if you uploaded Word documents already, what can you do with them? Well, when you go to open up one of those documents in your Google Drive, Wilma, it will ask you if you what you want to open it with. And when you go to open with, you should see the option of Google Docs or Google Drive to do that. So try that. And I'll just type that out there. And choose to open with Google Drive. And that's how you can correct that information. So I've shared with you the settings of Google Drive. I hope that maybe when you're reviewing this video that you will be able, the Windows won't be freezing on you. Let's see if anybody else is having that trouble. Matt, I know you're out there. If you're having any issues, please let me know. I'm happy to try to correct it. I'm not sure what I can do here from my location, but I hope it's being corrected. So there's our today's Meet session. I'm going to go back to my Google Drive window over here. I'm going to X out my document over here that I uploaded. And so you can see my drive. I'll go back to my drive over here. And again, what we did on Tuesday was we introduced you to uploading folders or uploading files or creating a new folder. It's a good thing to get organized, to share. Many people who did the first assignment set up a bunch of folders in their drive that they knew they were going to be using this year. They had parent communication folder, they had a student syllabus folder, they had student project folder, a history folders based on certain lessons. So it is a great idea to go ahead and do that, or you can do it as you can create folders as you go along as well. Not everything has to be done ahead of time. So I want to just go back to my down arrow and show you just another thing. I have an assignment I'd like you to do, and that would be this assignment here. So I'm going to click on this, and that's the Google by the Beach assignment. I'm going to create one of these just for you. So let's do this together. I'm going to go to New, and I'm going to scroll down to Slides, and I have to go to More. And there's my Google Slides right over here. And I'm going to call this Google by the Beach. I'll give it a title. Google by the Beach Slides. And so this is like working in PowerPoint. It's a Google Slides, or some things a little different, just to orient you to Google Slides because I love it. It has a common menu that Google Docs has. You can do all sorts of things. You can share this document, you can rename it, make a copy, move it, all sorts of things. And then as I showed you earlier, I can download it as well into a PowerPoint presentation or a PDF file. I can also go into the Insert menu and start adding images, which is really exciting, and that's what I'll do in a moment. Before I do that, I'm not going to explore every menu, but feel free to do that as you go along. Over here in the themes, we can choose different themes for our slides, and I like this one here. I'm going to choose that one to click to add a title. I'm going to say, welcome to GBG. We'll just keep it short. And I'm going to say, please create a slide. And yes, I'm going to ask you to create a slide here. And one thing I'm going to do is to add slides over here for you. So add the plus sign. I can do that again, And what I'd like you all to do is to pick a slide here. And I don't think you have to worry about stepping on each other's toes. But I'm going to say my name up here, Ed Considine. And down here, I'm going to add a picture of last time we did fruits that we like, and this time maybe we'll do something, any image you want to say hello and to identify a picture that you like. So let's upload a picture. I go to my upload, and I'm going to pick a picture or a PDF, something that I can share with all of you. And I'm going to go down, let's see, to my pictures. I only have a few here. Nope, that's not going to work. I think I did too many. Let me dismiss that. I'm going to try another one. I did a lot of, well, here's one from our summit yesterday. And this is our Learn, Teach, Lead. So my summer learning. And there it is there. So notice it gets saved automatically. I think that I should have gone up to number 2, so I'm going to move that up there. So I'm going to share this with you. So since you don't have access yet, one of the things I want to be able to do is share this document. So I'm going to share this, and I'm going to get a link here. So I'm going to get a shareable link. And notice that when I click on that, the default is to anyone at Boston Public Schools with the link can view. I need to change that, because some of our people are not in BPS. Some of them are actually new teachers. So I'm just going to say anyone, I'm going to change that. Anyone with the link can view. But since I want you to work on it, I'm going to say can edit as well. So notice I clicked on anyone with a link. I went down here. So anyone with a link, no access required, no sign-in required, can edit. And I'm going to share that. So there's the link there. I'm going to highlight it and copy it. And what I like to do with links like this, I will post it in the Today's Meet so you can see it and have access to it, or I can put it right into our course. But let's go to the Today's Meet. Thank you, Matt, for your response there. So there is a, let's see if you can click on that link to open up your, and let's see, I just opened it up, and there it is. So if that works for you, please go into the slide too and see what you can do to play around with our slides. And I'm going to pause for a second here and check in on Today's Meet and see how we're doing. I'm going to keep an eye on our slides, and I don't see any more questions coming through Today's Meet. I see people working on the slide. Very nice. I see people coming in, which is very nice. Thank you very much for jumping in. I can see people at the top who are participating in the slide, so feel free to practice making a slide. I created the theme, but you know, I'm not so married to that theme. If you want to play around and change it, if we have somebody out there who feels strongly about one theme over another, it's a great idea to be able to custom design your slideshow. Feel free to type in the screen. Thank you, Julia, for coming in there. I like the colors coming in. And you know, it's nice. I'll go back to my slide so you can see that slide right there in the forefront. I can move that picture around. I can resize it with the handles on the side and drag it around the page a little bit. I can insert a text box, which is nice because if you have a default layout, I can insert a text box and move that text box anywhere I like. And there it is there. I can, just like I can in the Microsoft, in any document, I can change the text. I have all sorts of opportunities to make it larger, to change the color of the text. Of course, it has to be highlighted along the way. I love what I see going on here, folks. I can't say enough about the use of pictures and video and engaging media for students. And that's not for entertainment, folks. That's for engagement. And that means it's the hook that you get students involved in. You can communicate a lot more. A picture says 1,000 words is kind of trite, but it is actually very true, I believe. It can provoke a lot of thoughts. It can provoke a lot of stimulation, argument, and discussion, which is very healthy in the classroom. So you have a lot of things you could do here. One of my favorite features in all of Google Docs is this. Let's say I want to make a link, a hyperlink. If I highlight the text on the page, or if I click on the picture of that page and those handles come up, there is a link up here that says insert link. So what I could do is insert a link that will be accessible by clicking on that picture. So for the easy sake here, I'm just going to go to CNN.com. Oops. And now I'll do the same thing up here so you can see even better. I'm going to go to add a link up here. I highlighted my text or my picture. I clicked on the link button at the very top, and I am going to put in CNN there as well. And hopefully there's no bad news. But when I go into my presentation mode, I'll show you now, just move things around a little bit. So if you're still editing in here, I love what I see. If you run out of slides, folks, feel free to add another slide at the very top. Yeah, plus button, 1, 2, I can always add them more. You can drag them around to the bottom. So this is just practice. And remember, if you delete somebody's work, we can get it back through our revision history. So it's a very exciting tool. So now that we have our slideshow being developed, I'm just going to go into our presentation mode for a moment. I'm going to start with the first slide, and I go up here to present. And remember, I wanted to demonstrate the way a link works in Google Presentations. So we have 2 ways to access a link here. Remember, the link I inserted here was CNN, so had a great day learning with BPS teachers. And I click on those words there, and it's going to open up another page. And as you can see, I think it's going to CNN.com, and good. Getting a little tired of the politics and pictures I see all the time, so I'm going to go back and just show you again that in our presentation, when we go into presentation mode, we can insert a link to text or to a picture. Notice now that I'm clicking on the picture, and it takes me directly to a link. So think of a National Geographic picture, a math problem. Whoops, that one didn't work, I think. Maybe because as you can see, I wrote in the long link. So I'm going to go in and change that. I'm going to put in change that link. CNN.com. Actually, how about if I do another one? I'll do Edutopia, which you know already. I like. Change. Keeps jumping out on me. And let's go back into presentation mode, and I'll get that one again. I clicked on a new website here, and this website is, I hope I spelled it correctly, edutopia.org. It's my typing, folks, but you can see the link came up there. Edutopia.org would have come up if I had spelled it correctly. So let me scroll through the slideshow, and there it is there, just to get a look at what people, someone's looking forward to a nice weekend by the beach, by the lighthouse. Thank you, Julie, for that biking picture. This is awesome. I love the biking day in the city of Boston. That's the way to go, Matt. I appreciate that. The Yankees are in town. Hope you get to go to a game. And this is a beautiful one. I like that layout there, Marcia, with the background and a nice picture in the center. Arts integration in the classroom. Very nice. I think that's it for now. So I'm going to escape and come out of our presentation, and I'm going to pause for a second and go over to our webinar, or our today's meet. So our today's meet. Lisa, I feel sorry about that. The screens keep freezing. This could be an internet connection. I'm going to, as I said, this session is going to be a little bit short. So I'm going to, this video will be available on the course website. So I'm going to, for the next session, folks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be live doing in the chat in today's meet, but I'm going to pre-record our webinar. And so I'm going to see if that helps with the freezing that people are happening. So if you're just watching the video on YouTube or in our Google, our BPS Learns homepage, our course page, and we have the chat open, I think that you might have a little easier time with the video. And I think that will help us out a lot. So that's what we can do there. Matt, I did, looks like you did get into the slides. Good. Thank you. Okay. Hopefully the freezing is temporary, and at least, as I said, you're not going to miss the key information. I will make sure that you you have access to the video after the presentation, and it'll be embedded in the BPS Learns course. I'm going to stay online for another few minutes, folks, but just to review, I showed you how to upload some documents, how to share a document in Google Drive. And today we got into a Google Slides, and we did a little editing and collaborative creating of a slideshow. And one of the other things we did was how to convert documents to Word documents, if it's a PowerPoint or a Microsoft document, how we can convert them automatically to a Google Doc or a Google Slide. I hope you all are working, enjoying yourself this summer. Thank you for taking the time. I apologize for any frustration with the video, and I'm going to try something new on Tuesday, the next session. I will pre-record the video and post it right there, so all you have to do is watch, and we'll have a live chat going on like we are today using today's meet. This chat feature seems to be a little bit better, at least for me. I'm able to see all the questions and all the texting coming through. Thank you, folks. Have a great weekend. It's going to be a very hot one out there. Stay cool. I hope you get to go to the beach, and I look forward to working with you on next week. Please don't hesitate to email me or post questions to the BPS Learns course. I'm happy to be a part of your learning. No question is too small, and no issue is too big to help support you as you get to know more about your Google Apps for Education account in BPS. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye. I just want to say thank you again, folks, for participating and continuing your learning, even in spite of some technical difficulties. It wouldn't be a good technology experience if you didn't have a little challenge on the way. So trust me, It's important to try to troubleshoot and to work through, persevere in our learning as we work through some of these minor technical glitches. We will work through them, and I look forward to continuing to work with you. So thank you, and again, have a great day and an even better weekend. Good night.